For this whole part, I'm not going to do any chapter subdividing in my videos because it's really hard to do. So I'm just going to label this section as Asylum. Base materials are really tough in this. Not a scratch on the ship. Purple Greedo. The quality of the cinematics have really improved for SWTOR. Definitely looking better.
Mighty fine ship you got there. We'll be coming aboard.
You want to bet?
In how many pieces?
I love playing a Sith because you can... There's no moral issues. There's nothing holding you back.
Outlander, my crew. The best engine burners in wild space.
Ah, it's his crew.
Lucky they weren't
Okay.
disintegrated.
Oh, lighten up already. Get up here, you mangy woolocks.
It's a big ship. It's going to need a big crew.
Do I know you?
Name's Rollo. I served aboard Darth Mar's destroyer. We thought you died with it.
I may as well have.
Without you, none of us would have gotten off that ship. Never thought I'd get to say thanks.
Glad you made it out. Nice to see a familiar face.
He's like, I have no idea who you are.
Rilo! Get in here!
On my way!
I'm not the only one hiding things.
We share on a need-to-know basis. Koth's crew didn't need knowing.
Now she's got some major plot reveals. The older woman does.
Not how I describe them, but they get
Later
the job
on.
done. I need to make contact with my network alone. Try to stay out of trouble.
Oh, we're gonna make trouble.
Where's Lana?
Excellent question.
My best engineer hasn't come back from a supply run to the free zone. It's a dodgy neighborhood if you catch my drift.
A black market. Rival syndicates disagree over who controls it.
They argue with blasters. I think she's in trouble, but we've got our hands full keeping the Gravestone's reactor stable.
Give me a hollow of your crewmate and point me to
I just want
freezer.
action.
I'll handle the rest.
Addendum. I will join you, Master.
My engineer's name is TOR. HK has her image in its databanks.
She won't be hard to find. Tora has a big personality.
She's surlier than a hungry rancor, but she's the best engineer you'll ever meet. Thanks for the help.
And when you're done, find me these coordinates. I'll introduce you to my people.
Help me find Koth's engineer and we can go together.
I'll join you, but not now.
Come on, HK. Let's do this.
I exist to serve.
I want to make sure he's heal. He just cast a heal. I want to make sure he's in heal mode. They've changed this menu a bit. Okay. I don't know why I wanted me to look at the map so much, but it does look a little better. Okay, so he's in heal mode. Good. Now the difficulty level in this is so low now, but I figure, hey, why not? It's only fitting to play a Master Evil Jedi when the difficulty levels are so low. You're gonna just hack through all these guys anyway, so it works. I actually wasn't really planning on playing this, but for some reason I started playing and the story just hooked me in, so here I am, even though I really wasn't planning on it, but I'm gonna see what goes on. The graphics look better now. It seems like they've really gotten better textures and lighting and better fidelity as far as the overall look of it. The original levels look kind of Play-Doh-y to me. It actually looked like a plastic playset from Kenner when I was a little kid. But now the graphics look like they've really kind of caught up. It runs really well. I don't see any frame rate issues. I'm not sure if it's lag or if I'm just not clicking this elevator right. I haven't played this game in such a long time. I'm not sure about some of the stuff, like how to activate and move around and do stuff. So I'm kind of noobing it up here. I think you have to right click. It's hard to tell sometimes. You don't know if it's lag or if you're just doing something wrong. There it is. It's weird having HK as a healer, but I'll take it. Doesn't matter to me. Something I've noticed is they changed the animation on Ravage. Ravage used to be kind of yeah, now it's like and it's done. It used to be kind of a slower animated attack. I always liked it, how it looked. I liked the original animation for it, but it kind of held you in place. It was a little bit, I have a feeling that was a PvP change to speed up the animation and change it like they did, but I can live with it. I got a green lightsaber, by golly. I'm gonna use it. Like my character focus was like I was gonna be like as if Luke went to the dark side in Jedi. So he's got his green lightsaber and he's using dark force powers. I'm using a tank spec and I'm really just kind of playing and kind of mashing the buttons here. Like, I remember most of the basic attacks, but I don't have a good rhythm and rotation down for what I'm doing. Like, I've got a mixture of single target and AoE attacks. And AoE is definitely, when you're taking it, an important part of getting aggro on groups of mobs. So that all varies on the difficulty level. I mean, there is a variable difficulty level. I just found out while I was playing in this session that you can increase the difficulty level. And I'm curious to try it out to see if it's gonna like make any sense. As far as if it's just having better gear, or it's gonna be like hard enough to where you have to play smart and you can't just over gear the mobs you're fighting. I don't know if that makes any sense, but like MMOs, it's always a kind of a tricky deal for developers to set a difficulty level because people in raid gear are gonna just mow down stuff that's been balanced for people in regular quest and trade type gear. So I understand to an extent, but they definitely did make it way too easy versus the original. Like when SWTOR launched, some of the classes, like the Sith Warrior, was hard. I mean, his story quests, I died a lot. And a friend of mine who was playing, he told me he died a lot too. I was like, this is really hard. I mean, you kind of expect like to be like the dark version of the Jedi to be kind of dominant and powerful, but in the original class story, it was very hard, especially the final fight. I love the deflections. I think that's what I would rather see my character deflecting blasts as opposed to absorbing blasts with a shield, because that's not really of the original Star Wars movies to have a shield. I understand why you have to kind of game it up a little bit, but I definitely like the deflecting animation and feeling like it's closer to the original movies, but I guess I can live with it. I would really love it if somebody would do what they've done to some other MMOs and make a private server and just tweak it a little bit, make some changes to make the combat feel more real, more true to the movies, but I doubt it'll ever happen. The Juggernaut definitely, it's kind of a headache to play in PvP because you're always waiting for your leap attack to come off cooldown. But in regular gameplay, it feels pretty great because you have your leap attack and then you have your push. So you use the push and then to knock the enemies away from you. Then you hit your leap. Leap unlocks cooldowns and opens up your AoE attack. And it's just fun to execute. I'm not subscribed and I don't plan on subscribing because you basically don't have to, but it does kind of suck because the credit cap I've got is like 300,000 or 350,000. I'm not sure what it is. So if there's something actually really good on the GTN that I want, there's no way I'm going to be able to pay for it because I'm capped on money. But I mean, my gear is pretty cool already. I'm not really, there isn't much more I can do. I mean, it would take some serious shopping to find a better set of gear as far as what I like to see. Like this guy was originally the largest size model, like the really tall big guy, like the Schwarzenegger looking, and I felt like it was fitting for a Darth Vader type of character, but I decided later I wanted to just make him kind of the normal medium size. I like it better. Like I said, it's going back to like kind of like the evil Luke look. I did a video on the Juggernaut, I think 2 years ago, before this whole the last two expansions came out, and I have to say I'm surprised at how good the story is. Like, it's getting better now that it's less about the Emperor's mind games, even though he does show his annoying self in this video. Smash. Not an active object. Yeah, I'm still relearning the controls. There's so many buttons. It's ridiculous. Look at how many attacks. I've got 4 rows of attack buttons. And I can't hotkey all of them, or try to hotkey all of them. Sometimes I just have to click on certain stuff. I wish they would consolidate the attacks a little bit more. Like gold mobs, it used to be like a really tough fight. I mean, you could take them, but it would be like close. But on the default difficulty, they just, you don't even. I'm at full life. I mean, it didn't even scratch me. So okay, he's got his jolt crowd control attack on her. See, crowd control is really important on your companions when the difficulty level was higher. But when it these guys are doing, they're actually, the damage numbers they're doing to me are big, but it's just not really, it doesn't even matter. Okay, story time. I'll be quiet.
You could have just knocked. My men spent hours in the third cave.
I'd like to make an entrance.
Identification. That's not issued from the brilliant engineer we were sent to rescue, Master.
What's she you?
You are not in a position to ask questions. Hand over the hostage. Now.
Well, aren't you something? You eliminated my old rival, Argo. That inclines me toward gratitude. But this girl tried to rob me. That's bad for business.
Charging 50,000 credits for 100 thermal detonators? That's robbery.
You also insulted my mother.
I said she's ugly and a band the wearing lipstick. It's not an insult if it's true.
My mother died putting me on a refugee ship to Nashada. I grew up an orphan.
Oh, boo-hoo didn't. Join the club.
You see why I have to kill her?
I recognize that insignia on your armor. Republic Special Forces. Havoc Squad.
Haven't run with that outfit for a long time. That paint over the symbol, but it still comes in handy, even out here. And I know who you are, too. Everyone said you were dead, but I knew better. What do you say we show each other professional courtesy? I can get you all kinds of things, but I need to throw this thieving scum out of the airlock first.
It will be a challenge to throw anything without your arms.
I want to make a dark side decision, but I don't. I actually.
Being ridiculous. We can resolve
Yeah.
this disagreement without a fight. Let go and apologize for threatening her. Tora, you apologize for trying to steal his merchandise. Pay him what he wants.
I ain't sorry for nothing. Fine. Sorry I ain't insulted your mom.
What? I didn't catch that.
I'm sorry. Your mother was a nice lady, okay?
Wrong. She was the best. Now give me my credits.
Don't.
Where's my apology?
Shipment's on its way. Sorry, we almost stopped doing business. See you folks around.
I've never apologized to anyone in my life.
keep talking, and I'll offer you life as payment for the next shipment.
They say I'm a piece of work.
Just get to the docks. Koff and the others are waiting.
Which direction? We should proceed to the rendezvous with Senior Master.
So I was a little conflicted there because I wanted to make dark side decisions, but the big guy was in Havoc Squad, and Havoc Squad is cool. So I didn't want to kill him. She was kind of hot, and even in a video game of virtual characters, pixels, you have to keep the hot chicks around. I may never see her again, but yeah, that's how I make decisions. I'm having elevator trouble again. I don't know, like I said, I apologize for hanging up here, but I don't know if I have, like, if I'm not clicking it right or if it's lag, like the story's not catching up or something. I'm not sure what's wrong here. Okay. I do need to go here. Okay, so there's the difficulty levels. I'm leery about changing it right now. I don't want to do it like in the middle of a video and fail miserably. So I'm just going to leave it for now. But I definitely want to try going back to it and finding out how difficult it actually is.
Stamina increase. Observation. That dark and foreboding alley is where we are supposed to meet Senior Master.
Right on time. My friends have been looking forward to this.
I hope our meeting goes well.
They're inside.
Uh-oh.
You better have a good explanation.
Your droid is not a part of what must happen here.
I spent 5 years stuck in one trap. I won't fall into another.
Kind of looks like you did.
You are free to leave whenever you like. But if you want the help of my allies, you'll stay.
We've come this far. Let us see where it leads.
Don't betray me, Senya.
Before Ogden's betrayal, Sukul was protected by 2 orders. The Knights, and Scions who see visions of the past and future. Scions no longer serve Arkan. Whether they serve you will be determined now.
Fate is a tale whispered to us by the Force, but the voices are silent about you. We must know why.
I'm not sure who's actually talking. There's just a voice and nobody's
You rely
like
too
visible.
heavily on these voices. Feel my power. That's all you need to know.
If we are to aid your rebellion, we must understand what role you play in Arkan's defeat. We will test you physically and spiritually to pierce the veil and see the truth.
You aren't the first person who's wanted to test me.
This will be different.
I tie my fate to yours. I join you in these trials, come what may.
The heart of Skylar is heavy with loss. In her pain, we lash out.
I'm not even sure who these people are.
Miss the old ways of the cool. Such mythology and pageantry.
Please, defend yourselves.
Normally you don't want to be in a big red circle. But since the damage they put out is so low, I'm not really worried about it. It looks like I've got... These aren't consulars or sorcerers. Like fellow warrior or Jedi. I'm not exactly clear on how stuff works for the Eternal Empire, because they seem to have light and dark side, but Valkorion acts like it's not, like there isn't a dark and light side, like it's all the Force. Or he's got like a different. It brings a new
Scions believe
idea.
there is no greater power than destiny. They cannot believe you exist outside its influence.
Yeah, the
But
Scions,
you
I'm
know
not
better.
sure who he's talking about.
Well, get on with it.
Impatience, frustration. You were more tolerant in the free zone, despite the fools you suffered.
You were watching me.
We're always watching. Arkham took away years of your life, but he stole far more from the rest of us. Do you feel anything for those who suffered while you slept?
Okay, now I recognize him. He's one of the guys who was like a...
And you, Senya, what do you feel?
They called him a soothsayer, like some type of a mystic,
Because
force
you
mystic.
failed to protect our immortal emperor?
I was in no position to do that.
One of the scions who were slaughtered by your fellow knights because Arkham demanded it. Do you feel responsible for them?
When I joined the Knights, they were shields protecting our home world. Now they are weapons wielded by an insane child.
The Knights killed the Scions on Arkham's orders. Why?
Because he thinks himself beyond the reach of destiny.
The Knights should have rebelled against Arkin. Instead, we lost our honor.
Uh-oh.
The eyes of Esme claim what can never belong to her.
They speak of envy, my son's weakness. Do not let it be yours.
We receive no pleasure from this trial, but we act as fate demands. Be strong, Outlander.
I gotta be honest, I'm not really sure what's the point of this. These are the Scions. The Scions were they were Force users in the Eternal Empire, and apparently when Valkorian's son took over, he ordered the Knights to kill the Scion. The older woman, who's got the blue lightsaber, she was a Knight, and so these Scions feel like she's a part of the problem, even though obviously she wasn't like part of killing off the Scions. Apparently there's a few left. But why we're fighting them in here, this whole test, I don't really get it. Why they all have to have pink lightsabers, I don't understand either. But it's I don't know. They're big on trials in these games. I mean, surely I'm not killing actual Scions. Like there's some type of force projection or something. I don't really understand why they would. Because as of right now, it's like they're trying to recruit me to help take down Valkorian. And yet, he's got them attacking me, and I'm just wiping them out. And they don't leave a corpse, so they must be some type of illusion. Of course, maybe they're like Obi-Wan and they vanish when they die. I don't know.
Do your worst.
The Scions are driven by revenge, but they require fate's compliance. We are above such negotiations. Destiny is merely the conduit for our will.
Meanwhile, back on the ship.
This thing hasn't exploded 1,000 times over after what you put it through.
It's not a miracle if it's meant to be. I'm living proof that all you need is faith.
Uh-huh. Now, I'd say you're living proof that Miss Spooky Eyes is a lot more patient than she looks.
Isn't there anything you still need to fix around here?
Nope. I'm just too good at my job.
I found HK wandering Asylum with no memory of anything since he left.
Whew. I mean, that's probably bad. Where's the outlander?
Exactly.
Senya wanted your friend in HK to meet her contacts. She gave him the coordinates to the location.
Apology. I have no such data stored in memory.
Senya, I knew it.
I believe her contacts are the real danger. HK, what's the first thing you remember after you woke up?
You seek to remove Arkham from the Eternal Throne. As well you should. His destiny is to fall. We have foreseen that much, but his final fate remains unclear. When he is at your mercy, what will you do?
Mercy? I don't know the meaning of the word.
I'm gonna kill it.
He's taken.
1,000 Scions lie dead because of him. Blood calls out for blood. Do you agree? Answer us!
They question her commitment to them because they cannot foresee it. Ask yourself why.
If you are not with us, you stand against the tides of destiny. Arkan and Valen must die.
I'm starting to second guess whether or not we need you.
You act as if you have a choice. We know our part. It's yours and must be revealed.
I don't know how you could play this not using a lightsaber. I mean, it's Force Jedi versus Jedi lightsabers. I mean, I couldn't imagine playing this campaign as like a bounty hunter or a trooper. I mean, and maybe it's different. I don't know, but I doubt it. I mean, you can. Oh, I just. How do I say it? This is the only way to play is as a Force user, Jedi. I mean, it's the only way. Now it's interesting. He has a red lightsaber, which, for the most part, means that you are dark side, and it's kind of like dark and light don't even factor at this stage of the game, because Lana's a dark Jedi and you're a dark Jedi. Obviously you're for the Empire, and yet you and the Rebellion have teamed up to take down the Eternal Empire. And what's funny too is he doesn't use Force lightning, so it's definitely doing some different stuff as far as, like, the red lightsaber usually means dark side, but yet his attacks are Jedi consular attacks.
Destructive. I can end this without any more bloodshed. If you accept the gift of my power.
I'll handle him myself.
Then stop wasting time. Reveal his fate.
I'm not really a fan of the Emperor jumping in and like freezing time and all that kind of stuff. It's like, it's kind of a callback to what was going on in the first chapter of this, or, well, it's chapter 1 or 2. It's like basically the intro where you get frozen in carbonite and the Emperor's just kind of in your mind and it's all kind of an illusion. I was glad to get past that part, but so there's Barriss. So I'm going to assume for each class, the main villain or your final boss for each class is who you fight in this scene. Otherwise, I don't think it would make sense for everybody to fight Barriss. There it is. Force push, then force lead. Fun combo. Nolan Carr. I remember him. I can't remember what he did, but his name is familiar. That's a fun combo. Do force choke and follow it up by doing Ravage. Darth Mar. There's force push, force lead.
Do not judge him harshly. This trial was necessary for all of us. We need the Scions.
We need friends, not necessarily Scions.
The blood of Tithe flows through you, Outlander. Please do not force us to spill it.
Stand down now.
Your lives mean nothing to me. Surrender, or they open fire.
The Order of the Pink Lightsaber.
Every moment since you entered, even this one, was predestined. Everyone here played the role fate assigned them. I ask you a final question. What future do you see for this galaxy when Archon and his eternal fleet are gone?
One person shouldn't decide the fate of the galaxy. When the time comes, we can work together.
He will not live to do that.
You have nothing further to reveal. I now know what blinded us to the future. Our immortal Emperor lives inside your mind.
It couldn't stay secret forever.
You knew about this and didn't tell me?
Yeah, you didn't need to know.
You didn't need to know.
Analysis. Scan reveals no evidence you possess a secondary personality matrix, Master. It is possible your brain is simply malfunctioning.
Thanks,
Our
HK.
duel gave me a glimpse of what's to come. We will destroy the Eternal Throne, but many will suffer before that victory.
We should compare lists of names. Mine's a long one.
Doesn't matter. We win. If Emperor Valkorion lives because of this Outlander, there's hope for Zakul.
Your beloved immortal Emperor is a threat to all life everywhere. We must find a way to separate you from him.
Maybe, someday. Until then, we've got a war to fight.
We have a lot to discuss.
Not here. I passed your test. Join us or don't. Either way, we're done.
I love
There's
it.
one truth left to reveal.
He's like, take it or leave it.
The true reason I followed you through the trials, to understand the Outlander. Who will destroy Arkin and Valen? My son and daughter.
She told. She told you. How delightful.
So, these two are her kids. Now you wonder where
She helped them.
her loyalty
I killed
is.
3 knights to make sure they weren't lying. And another 3 because I hate odd numbers. The Outlander escaped in the gravestone with our mother's help. She's against us.
Senya was always strong-willed. That's why Father loved her.
Do you think she knows he's alive? Has she betrayed us for him?
It doesn't matter. She'll return to us. We'll face the consequences.
We don't need them. Our parents gave us the power to forge the future. They should have known we'd use it.
Now, she seemed like she was 100% evil, but I get a sense now that she may not be. And he seemed like he was evil, and now I'm not sure if he is. Like, you can tell he's kind of contemplating, not sure what he needs to do or what direction to go in. I had a little technical hiccup. iTunes decided it wanted to just pop up a window and update while I was recording. Luckily, it didn't cause too big of a problem, but that's why it was kind of breaking up and doing what it did.
I take it you have concerns.
I can think of a few.
You're only escalating matters.
You expect us to believe you're going to fight your own children?
I can't deny my responsibility for what Valen and Arkin have become. I have to end their bloodshed.
So she's willing to
We'll be glad to help you with that.
kill her own kids.
We never agreed on how the children should be raised, and over time he became more and more distant, more cold. I was afraid for what the children would become. But when I decided to leave, they chose him. I couldn't force them.
You've been lying to us all this time. Now you give us this woe is me story, and we're supposed to take your word for it?
You don't have to take my word. You can ask the immortal emperor himself.
I am not him. I am myself.
When Valkorion was in charge, he wasn't fixated on waging war. If we can get him back on the throne...
Valkorion is a world developer.
Now he's like Valkorion's cheerleader. He likes Valkorion.
No, you don't know him like I do.
Neither of you know him like I do.
Try sharing a little less.
That isn't what I meant.
Interruption. The Republic astromech has established contact.
T7, what does he have for us?
Report. A criminal meatbag on Zakul has been in search of the gravestone. This Lady of Sorrows alleges she can establish a dialogue with its computers.
Lady of Sorrows? Good luck with her.
I take it she's trouble.
She's an information broker. Acts as her own enforcer. Never apprehended. So yes, trouble. She operates in Zakul's old world district. I know it better than anyone. I'll escort you.
Sounds interesting.
I have a feeling we'll find things to talk about on the way.
One or two.
It's worth a try, this Lady of Sorrows. But I'd like a word before you leave.
We thought the Lady of Sorrows would be the key to figuring you out. Destiny calls.
Now that the truth is out about Valkorion, there's a shortage of trust. I need you to find it within yourself to try. Not an easy task. Koth believes in Valkorion. Senya withheld vital information. Neither one trusts the other. That's why you must act as an example.
I'll see what I can do.
Thank you. May the Force serve you well out there.